Students, Sairam, this is Megha Miss here, and today we are going to continue with our lesson number 5, that is acids, bases and salts. This is our session 6. Okay students, now in the last session, if you remember, we studied about water of crystallization, we studied about some of the compounds in its aqueous solution, they conduct electricity, right? We will continue with that part. Okay, now see here, this is the experiment which you did in the last presentation, right? That we tested that many of the compounds in their aqueous solution, they conduct the electricity, right? And we call this process as, you remember what we called it as? Yes, this conduction, we will see what is this process known as in today's session. Okay, you have studied it before also. So I hope that word must have come to your mind. Okay, so in the above activity, the circuit is found to be complete. Yes, when the aqueous solutions of NaCl, CuSO4, H2SO4 and NaOH are used. So if I use these solutions, aqueous solutions, then my bulb, here you can see my bulb is there, this will glow. Okay, means here I should use those solutions. Yes, in my beaker. It means that these solutions are conductors of electricity. This you saw in the last presentation, right? Now we will continue the next part, that is, see here, dissociation of ions and electrical conductivity. Now dissociation word you know, that means when a compound, it gets break up into its ions. Like if you take NaCl, okay, it will break up into Na plus, Cl minus. So I'll call it the process as dissociation. Okay, so now in the above activity, it was found that the aqueous solutions of the compounds NaCl, CuSO4, H2SO4 and NaOH are electricity conductors. We saw that. Out of these, NaCl and CuSO4 are salts. Okay students, H2SO4 is a strong acid, you know that, and NaOH is a strong base. Okay, so from this, if you take this 4, then NaCl and CuSO4 are salts, H2SO4 is a strong acid and NaOH is a strong base. Okay, so from this what you come to know students? Electricity can be conducted if you use the aqueous solution of the salt, if you use the aqueous solution of the strong acids, or you use the aqueous solution of the strong bases. Okay, we have seen that salts, strong acids and strong bases dissociate almost completely in their aqueous solution. Dissociate completely means they break up completely. Okay, therefore the aqueous solutions of all these three contain large number of cations and anions. We have studied what are cations and what are anions. Yes, simple, if you take NaCl first example, Na plus is my cation, Cl minus is my anion, right? So if you see the aqueous solution of these three, if you see, that is salts, strong acids and strong bases, you will see a large number of cations and anions. Okay students, I hope you understood this part. We'll continue. A characteristic of a liquid state is the mobility of its particle. Okay, so one of the characteristic of liquid is what? Mobility, means movement of the particles. Due to this mobility, the positively charged cations in the solution are attracted towards the negative electrode. Yes, we have studied what is the electrode. Yes, so you will see that whatever the negative part will be there, it will always get attracted to the positive electrode. Okay, this black color is your electrode. Okay, and this is also the electrode, negative electrodes. So you know that opposite charges, they attract each other. So negative will go towards the positive. Okay, or we called it as the negative electrode, or we called it as the cathode. Okay, and move towards means what? Again I'll read it. Due to this mobility, the positively charged cations in the solution are attracted towards the negative electrode, or we will say it as the cathode. On the other hand, the negatively charged anions move in the direction of the anode. Okay, so negatively charged will go towards the negatively charged anions will move in the direction of the anode. Okay, again I'll read the whole thing again. A characteristic of a liquid state is the mobility of its particles. Due to this mobility, positively charged cations in the solution are attracted towards the negative electrode. Okay, positive will go towards the negative electrode, or we called it as the cathode, and move towards the cathode, and they will all move towards the cathode. On the other hand, the negatively charged anions, okay, negative charge we call it as the anions, yes, they will move in the direction of the anode. Is it clear, students? Now next part we will see, that is next point, the movement of the ions in the solution towards the respective electrodes amounts to the conduction of electricity through the solution. Okay, so how much is the movement of the ions towards this electrodes? This electrodes, how many of the ions are moving to this electrodes will decide the conduction, amount of conduction of electricity through that solution. From this you will understand that those liquids or solutions which contain a large number of dissociated ions conduct more electricity. So those liquids, solutions which contains a large number of dissociated ions, means like this minus and plus, if they contain large amount, then more amount of conduction of electricity will take place. Okay students, we'll continue to the next part. We will see, that is the electrolysis. Okay, now what is electrolysis, students? For that we will do one experiment again. Procedure: take a solution of 1 gram copper sulfate in 50 ml water in 100 ml capacity beaker. So can you see here, I am taking that solution. Okay, use a thick plate of copper as anode. Can you see this copper? Cu is written. So this is my anode. I'll write it as A. Okay. And what is there? A carbon rod as a cathode. So can you see a C is already written, it is of carbon. Arrange the apparatus as shown in the figure. Can you see electric battery is there and all my switch is there. Okay, all the things I have attached. Arrange the apparatus as shown in the figure and pass an electric current through the circuit for some time. What do you see? What are the changes? We will see, students. Okay, so see here. Now, in the above activity, copper appears to have deposited. We see copper which is getting deposited on the portion of this cathode. Okay, immersed in the solution. Now, why this happens and how does this happen? When an electric current started flowing through the circuit, the cations, that is Cu++, okay, 2 plus ions will be there. Ions in the solution got attracted towards the cathode. Can you see this arrows of Cu 2 plus is written? Okay, 2 plus also you can write, or plus plus also you can write. So they are moving towards the cathode. Okay, we will continue. So Cu atoms are formed. Okay, when they are formed, when the electrons coming out from this cathode, whatever the electrons will come out, they will go and attach to this Cu++ ions. So copper atom will be formed. Okay, a deposit of copper appeared on the cathode. Even though a characteristic of a liquid state is the mobility of its particles, due to this mobility, the positively charged cations in the solution, positively charged ions, that is cations, will attract toward whom? Negative electrode or cathode, or move towards the cathode. On the other hand, negatively charged anions move in the direction of the anode. Okay, the movement of the ions in the solution towards the respective electrodes amounts to the conduction of electricity through the solution. So how much is the fast movement of the ions in the solution to the respective electrodes will help in more conduction of the electricity through the solution. Okay students, I hope you understood this. So here copper sulfate, it got divided into which ions, student? Cu2 plus and SO4 2 minus. Okay, SO4 2 minus are all my anions. Okay, and they will get attracted towards the which they will go, the copper, it is going towards whom? Copper, that is the cations, they move towards the negative electrode, and SO4 2 minus, they will move towards the positive electrode. Okay, I hope you understood this part. We will continue. From this, you will understand that those liquids or solution which contain a large number of dissociated ions conduct electricity. Okay, the Cu++ ions in the solution were used up in this manner, right? Yes, the color of the solution remained same, because while electric current was on, electrons were removed from the copper atoms of the anode and sent to the battery through the electric wire. So what happened? Electrons were removed from the copper atoms, yes, and what they were done? They were sent to the battery for the conduction of electricity. Okay, did you understand this? Yes, we will continue. So the Cu++ ions formed in this manner entered the solution. In this way, decomposition of the solute in the solution took place due to electric current. Yes, CuSO4 got divided into Cu++ and SO4 2 minus. And this whatever the electrons were given out by copper atom, they helped for the conduction. They went to the battery and helped for the conduction of electricity. So this process we call, in this way, decomposition of a solute in the solution took place due to electric current. Okay, this is called as electrolysis. Okay, how you will define electrolysis? The decomposition of a solute in the solution. What is our solute, student? CuSO4. Okay, in the solution we take how it form the solution? With water, due to electric current. Electric current is also important, right? So this process we called it as electrolysis. There are two parts in the electrolysis process. These are cathode reaction and the anode reaction. The two parts of the electrolysis process take place in the above activity are shown below. What is our cathode reaction, students? Cu2+. It will take up electrons and it will form the copper atom. Yes, and this copper atom will give the electrons for the conduction of electricity. Anode Cu, that is a solid, it will get again back, you can see it will get back again divided into Cu2+ plus 2 electrons. So this process will go on. Okay, I hope you understood this. Reactions is important. Now, if pure water is used in an electrolytic cell, now if I use a pure water, okay, current does not flow even on putting on the switch. Okay, if you use pure water, no, conduction will not take place. From this we learn that pure water is a bad conductor of electricity. Pure water, remember, is a bad conductor. And we have already seen the reason behind this. What is the reason, students? The concentration of H+ and OH- ions formed by the dissociation of water is very low in pure water. Okay, only 1 into 10⁻⁻⁷ mole per liter for each ion. Okay, very small value. However, the electrical conductivity of water increases on mixing a small amount of a salt. You know, hard water or the normal, if you very pure water, it will not contain any of the minerals and all. Okay, but if I add small amount of salts or a strong acid base into it, due to their dissociation and electrolysis of the water can take place. So remember, student, pure water is a bad conductor of the electricity, but we know that electricity can be conducted through water, but the water which we are using, it is not totally pure. It contains some minerals, right? So that water can conduct the electricity, yes, because of the mixing of the salt or an acid or a base. Okay, students, I hope you understood this part. Yes, so we have come to the end of the today's session. So today we studied about, students, dissociation of ions. You studied. Yes, you saw that salts, strong acids, strong bases, they are capable in their aqueous solution to conduct the electricity. Yes, and we saw the electrical conductivity, the process of electrolysis, that the for example we took copper sulfate. So copper sulfate, we saw how it is getting dissociated and how this circuit gets completed because of this copper giving the electrons to whom? To the battery for the conduction of electricity. Yes, electrolysis is a process where the decomposition of a solute takes place in the solution because of the electric current. Yes, whatever is passed. And this process we called it as electrolysis. We also saw in the last part water, pure water. Pure word is more important. Pure water is a bad conductor of electricity. It cannot conduct the electricity. Yes, but when small amount of salt or any strong acid or strong base is put in that, because of their dissociation, water can conduct the electricity. I hope today's part you have understood. We'll meet in the next part and continue with the lesson. Okay students, I want you to go through the presentation properly. Okay, take care. Sai Ram.